How to enhance your solo self-care with LELO Sona 3 Cruise from LELO. Hello, curious fuckers. What am I doing here all by myself? You might be wondering. I have a very exciting video for you today. It is a toy review. We love to give you all the juicy tips and advice for what's hot on the market when it comes to sex toys, because it can be such a daunting place. It can be so daunting because there are so many, and how do you know what actually works, what's worth the money, and what actually feels really fucking good? So in this little episode of Come Curious on our YouTube channel, I am talking all about how to enhance your solo care with the Sona 3 Cruise from LELO. So how do you enhance your solo self-care? This is something that I am so passionate about because I wrote a book all about it. It's something that we don't really prioritize, especially when we're busy, we're stressed, but the hormones and the way that it makes us feel does not lie. When you are caring for yourself in your self-care practice, which you all know what I mean, I'm just not saying any of the spicy words, because we want to try and keep this video as safe as possible. Don't worry, YouTube. Jesus Christ. I tried to put like a bra on to actually make my titties look good since I got them growing now. Solo self-care actually provides us with some crazy good hormones. That's serotonin, oxytocin, and something else. And dopamine, obviously. Why these hormones are so important when it comes to your self-care is the fact that they are happy hormones that de-stress us, which is why this subject is so important, because whatever we can provide in our lives that's going to bring in more of those juicy feelings, we're going to do it. But something that can really hinder that whole experience for us is getting in our heads. And in my book, I write about how to do various different things, exercises, like what will help us get out of our heads and into our bodies. Also, learning about your body is literally the #1 most fundamental tool that you have. Learning what parts are what's the pleasure zone, and figuring out what types of pleasure actually work for you. And one of my favorite tools that I do write about in the book is having a trusty side companion, which is why I want to talk about this in collaboration with LELO for their new launch of the LELO Sona 3 Cruise. I feel like we've spoken about the LELO Sona like so many times on Come Curious before because it is one of our ride or dies. So this is the latest version, the latest tech. Angel music, cue. So this toy is kind of one of the prettiest things I've ever seen in my life, and we know that LELO does not ever not deliver when it comes to creating gorgeous toys that you wouldn't mind having out on the side of your bed. So this is the trusty LELO Sona 3. I was testing this toy out and I came in probably like 5 seconds, like I'm not even joking. So the whole premise of this toy is that it is not a vibrator. This is something completely different. Once you put like skin to skin here, it kind of creates like a suction here and it kind of pulsates, and it has loads of different settings to figure out what's going to really turn you on. This like gets me. Also, I hadn't used a suction toy for so long and I was just like, I need to do that more frequently, because this is just something different in this toy than when it comes to a normal vibrator. It has a whole different sensation. Like imagine someone is literally sucking on your clit. That is what this toy is. And it is superb, sublime, heavenly, especially when you get like all lubed up down there and you're like getting all wet, and then you can kind of like slip and slide the toy around, and then that is more like oral sex than anything else. It is something special, I'm telling you. And having tools like this when you are going into your self-pleasure can make the whole situation so less daunting, because sometimes our hands just aren't enough, and that is so okay. I feel like that's kind of the position that I land in when it comes to solo pleasure, is that yes, I can make myself come with my hands, but it's never going to be as good as using a toy. So I couldn't recommend getting something like this more to help with your solo pleasure excursions. Other things that I really love would be self-massage. So before you get the toy involved, get everything a little lubey and wet and really like warm up the area, like give yourself some foreplay. Set up our little area, dim the lights, let's put on a candle, put on your like favorite sexy music. And how about some spicy stories? I highly recommend the stories in my book. They are all written to the timing that we usually on average solo play to. Yes, I nearly said a naughty word, YouTube. What about when you're reading A Court of Thorn of Roses? Oh my god, like the 4th book. There are some really spicy sections in these books. Let me start going through the functions, and they have so many different functions on here, like different like rhythms of the pulsating, and I really like the ones that are just like the ones that kind of have this like up and down pulsating, like la la la, there's a rhythm and it kind of gets you worked up, and it's kind of a bit of a foreplay. Putting it on a lower pulsation and going through the settings can really help you elongate the self-care. I mean, you've heard us talk about LELO before. It's not just a pleasure toy brand, it's a self-care movement. And that is honestly what this is all about. They bring luxury designs to make your self-pleasure feel luxury and feel luxurious. And the LELO Sona Cruise is having its comeback. This is one of LELO's flagship toys. It's one of their best-selling products. And if that doesn't scream volumes, I do not know what does, apart from me in the bedroom, obviously. Its key feature is these pulsating sonic waves. And for me, that really feels like this kind of like suction feeling on my body. It's almost like it's drawing your skin in a bit and then out a bit, and it creates that like someone's sucking on you know what feeling. And where you want to place this on your body is obviously your clitoris. So when you're looking at your vulva, you will want to be honest, you can use it absolutely everywhere on your vulva, but for the most heightened pleasure, you will want to put this on the clit, which is at the top in the center of your vulva, usually covered by a little hood of skin. Some people don't have this as much, so imagine this is your vulva here, and there's like the little bit that's here at the top. That is where you want the toy to be. And what's interesting about this as well is that the suction is actually coming from in here, like in the hole, which means that it's never directly on your skin. You're just experiencing the suction from maybe like a centimeter or two away from the actual pulsations itself, which means that there is no sore genitals left over. And just to reiterate, my personal experience with this is this is one of my favorite toys I've ever used. It was so bloody good. When I was testing this out, it's not like I was sitting there like ready for it. I was like almost like science experiment mode. I'm going to test and review this toy. I was not expecting that I was going to climax in 3 to 5 seconds. That's like probably the best review of a toy you could get, right? Like something that's so direct that gets you from literally 0 to 10 in 5 seconds. This is super waterproof. You can use it in the shower, in the bath. You can also take it anywhere. It is so transportable, it's small, it's discreet. And this toy also connects to the LELO app, which means that you can connect it to other people, so other people can control it. Perfect for long distance relationships. We love that control and power play when it comes to teasing each other. And we have a 20% off code for you. Use the code CC20 and there's also a link in the description. Plus, this code actually gets you 20% off all of the products on LELO. And it can also be used alongside other promotional coupons. Mega savings and big discounts. Now, that is sexy. So that is CC20 to get that 20% off. Make sure you go and click that link in the description and go and try this out. Trust me, you will not regret it. Go and use the discount, give yourself a treat, and just know when it comes to self-pleasure and self-care like that, it isn't always a straightforward journey. Sometimes it does take us a little longer to find these things because it can be so hard to get out of your head. Just take away the pressure. You don't always have to have the goal of the big O, and allow yourself to just worship and feel these sensations in your body and grow and learn with those experiences with yourself. And obviously, if you want more of us, go check out the podcast at Come Curious on all of the podcast platforms. And if you want to see it video, you want to see each video episode, go check out our Patreon, where you can also be on our twice a month live Q&As where you can ask us absolutely anything, and you get an exclusive parts of the episode where there's juicy details that we don't share anywhere else. Go and become a Patreon to support us to continue doing the work and job that we love. Until next time, curious fuckers, I will see you on Thursday on the podcast.